In this video, we're going to look at how to divide fractions. So the rule is to multiply the reciprocal. So whenever we divide fractions, we actually change division to multiplication. So we are going to change division to multiply, and we also change the next fraction to the reciprocal. The reciprocal means when you have a number, you will flip the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top. So you end up with the 3/10, and they are called the reciprocal of each other. So 3/10 is the reciprocal of 10/3, and 10/3 is also the reciprocal of 3/10. And a quick way to help us remember this rule is keep, change, flip. So following the order, we keep the first fraction, first number, whatever that is, whether it's fraction or even it's a whole number or with the variables or sign numbers. So the first one, we always keep it. This stays. Now, what we're going to change is the sign. The division sign is going to be changed to multiplication. And then for the next fraction, we're going to flip it, which means the top flip to the bottom, bottom flip to the top. So that's what we end up with after we apply the rule. So we're going to keep 5/9, change division to multiplication times, and flip 10/3 to 3/10. And now we end up with the multiplication question of fractions. And recall the rule of multiplying fractions. We reduce the numbers first and then multiply. So when I look at the numbers, starting from 5 and 9, nothing in common. 5 and 10, they have 5 in common. So we're going to divide both numbers by 5. So again, when we reduce fractions, we can reduce one number from the top and one number from the bottom. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 gives us 2. Now we're going to look at 3 and 9. They both have 3 in common. So we're going to divide both numbers by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now we have reduced all the numbers, and we can reduce the numbers now. So the top is 1 times 1. The bottom is 3 times 2. So we're going to have here, I actually did one more step, but you may skip this step. You could go ahead. So what I did was I multiplied 5 and 3. I do 5 times 3 because it's top times top and the bottom times bottom. And then I reduced it down from here. For example, 3 and 9, they both have 3 in common. And 9 and divide both numbers by 3. And 5 and 10, and they both have 5 in common, so we can reduce them down to 1 and 2. But even if you don't do this, and as long as you know 5 is the numerator and 10 is the denominator, and you can go ahead and reduce them from here, from the previous step, like I did it just a minute ago. And you can go ahead and reduce 3 and 9 directly from here. So you may be able to skip a step. So after we reduce everything, now we copy down the numbers. And okay, I'm going to move that a little bit to here. So now the top you have left with, you're left with 1 times 1. The bottom is 3 times 2. And now, since all the numbers are reduced, if you look in 1 and 3, nothing common, 1 and 2, nothing common, 1 and 3, nothing, and 1 and 2, nothing. So when I say nothing, we don't really consider 1, because 1 actually, all of them have 1 in common, but we're not going to divide by 1 because it's not going to change anything. When you divide this by 1, divide this by 1, you're still going to have 1 over 3. So we can go ahead and multiply. 1 times 1 is 1, and 3 times 2 gives us 6. So this is the final answer.